At this phase of the project, it's a lot of quality control checks that I'm doing. So I'm going through, seeing if there's any issues, especially before you pay people out. You want to make sure that they did everything they were supposed to do. One of the things I noticed is they didn't go all the way up with this. I don't know why they didn't cut that. So they didn't put corner bead on the outside of that. And then this is supposed to go all the way up to the height of this. So even this piece that they even put the tape on, it's really supposed to be up to like right here, which is the standard height for the door. Everything seems good in here. Taped everything correctly. I gotta get the measurements for this door. Most of the doors should be 80 by 30. In this area, we have some of the subfloor that's damaged. So we're gonna have to go through, get this cut out, put a piece of plywood here so we still have the same height. And then we're gonna put the vinyl plank flooring inside of here. They did a phenomenal job on this. This is the chimney right here. So I wasn't sure how this was gonna end up being covered up, or at least I should say how it was gonna look good, but they did a phenomenal job. So of course, because it's a stone chimney, you can't just screw drywall screws into it. So what they did was they put a piece of sheetrock here, and then they put a lot of mud behind it, and then they put paper corner bead. That way, everything was really based on adhesives, and there's no fasteners going into this piece right here that you see. You gotta get the doors measured for this and get them installed ASAP. We gotta order all the trim that's going around, right? So that's in linear feet, not square feet. Same thing on this floor. All of the trim needs to be ordered. If it was a situation where the trim wasn't this tall, then this might be problematic, but ideally that wouldn't even look like that. It would look like this corner. My plumber still has to do some work in here. We have a kit for a shower, and then we also have to add this ladder for the attic. So before, they just had a ladder sitting inside this hallway, just right here on this beam, and the attic ceiling always stayed open. So you can only imagine how inefficient that is. And then not to mention the fact that this house didn't have insulation. So you're always running your appliances to keep this house hot or cold, no matter what time of year it is. So in addition to that, they also have to cut this piece back, right? So this piece of sheetrock, as you can see, the stud continues on, or the joist. So they got to cut this all the way back. That way we could fit this ladder system in there. That way it's easy for us to close the attic up. And then this is the kit for the shower. So instead of us building everything out, we just order a kit. And then it's all going to be going on this wall. We got to insulate this interior wall right here. And then we got to sheetrock this wall. Trim going around this as well. We're not going to put a door here. We're going to get some pre-hung doors for these doors. I don't like the way this door looks. It's already been used. Right. So you can see the bottom, right? If you're going to be selling a brand new house, why not just go through the process of getting a new door, changing that door out. So 3 pre-hung doors there. Another door right here, or bifold door for the closet. For this closet, we're just gonna go with a regular door, pre-hung door. One thing you wanna keep in mind when you are ordering doors is the direction that they open up in. So you wanna get a hinge that's gonna be on the left side of a door like this, because the light switch is on this side. So if this door opens up into the room, you don't want it to be a situation where if you bought it on the right side, now when you open the door, because the door is over here, then you gotta walk around the door to get to the light. So you always want to be mindful of where that's supposed to be, or where the light switch is supposed to be. And that way you're not walking behind the door in order for you to turn the lights on. It should be as simple as just opening the door halfway. Sheetrock looks good in here. We got to get some trim. One of the things I got to do today is I got to remove this floor. So this is some type of vinyl flooring that they put inside of here. Since we're going to be putting vinyl flooring or floating floor inside of here, I want to remove this floor. This particular piece of floor, though, doesn't look like it's a floating floor. This looks like they had like a peeling stick. So we're going to remove this today. I'm debating removing this floor here as well. This actually is a floating floor, meaning that there's no adhesives and there's no fasteners that go into it. So this needs to be addressed. Then one of the things I have to do in here is add some plywood. So when you're dealing with older houses, you never want to have things go airborne that are caustic. So just because there's a chance that asbestos might be present in this old flooring, we'd much rather not even agitate it. So what we're doing is called encapsulation. So we're going to be adding plywood over it. That way it's not an issue for it to still be present in the house. Add some more trim around these areas. All right, I got to order all the paint. My electrician was supposed to be here on Sunday installing all of these. He didn't stop by, so now I'm chasing him down to get him to come and do what he needs to do over here. That way we can have light going all throughout the house, because right now we only got one outlet that's operational. He's going to be drilling holes in the ceiling where he's supposed to have like the puck lights coming out. So for this room, it's supposed to be 4. This right here is for the smoke alarm. The electrical inspector required that we add this to the ceiling, which gives us the support necessary in order for us to have a ceiling fan. So he said that a lot of times people want to have ceiling fans, so you got to have enough support if they did want to have it. And that's why we had to go above and beyond on that particular fixture. I got to add some wainscoting, wood paneling. That's going to go over here to continue the pattern that you already see for where this piece was ripped out for when they did the electrical work. And then this used to be a door that was open. We've insulated it. Now the goal is to close this up as well. We'll sheetrock this, and then we'll put some wainscoting or some wood paneling going on this area as well. I'll probably end up leaving this floor. It'll probably look way cleaner once we dust it off and mop it and everything. On these projects, just to keep the floor plan clean, we keep everything inside the basement. It just makes it that much easier to just have out the way, and as we need it, we bring it up. So if there's any flooring, any tools that we need, right, any supplies, insulation, all of that stuff gets stored in the basement, and then as we need it, we bring it up. That way we're not stepping past all this stuff all the time and potentially damaging it. You always want to keep your job site clean, right? Make sure there's no screws, nails on the floor. We got to reattach that radiator, put some trim around that door as well. Right here, we already broke up the concrete. It was already broken up, so we got rid of it completely. The goal now is to dig this space up, get rid of any of the additional stones, put some gravel down, and then we're going to put some concrete so they have a little back patio leading on this side of the house. We have this on the side of the house if we want to add an outlet. This is an area I'm waiting for a quote now. So since we went with a smaller window for this kitchen, now we have all this open space. So we have to address all of this so that it doesn't look like this. So it's for that window. And then there's another one on the other side. And then plumber, when he was doing the new line after we had a water leak this winter, he didn't reconnect the spout. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So now he has to come back and run a water line to this. That way we actually have water coming out of this. We plan on putting some boxwoods in this front yard. And then we're gonna put sod all over the rest of this. So we gotta level this ground out and get rid of any of the big stones. Initially, I guess the plan was to put these pavers there, but I don't like the look of them, so we're gonna go with something a little bit more shallow because each one of these stairs is a little bit different in height. I'll just show you real quick. All right, just so you can see the difference between each stair. All right, so I want these to be uniform. So that's an adjustment I have to make. Gotta get some mortar, some more shallow pavers to adjust for that. But yeah, that's kind of the scope of this project. We're close to the finish line. Now we're just quality control, making sure that we get everything checked off on our list, right? Don't leave any stone unturned. Really be really focus on the details at this portion of the job. Really got to stay in contact with all your contractors on a daily basis at this point, because now we're at the point now where we just have the final inspection. So we got to get all of this stuff done in order for us to be in good hands. See, I just noticed that they also have this shallow as well. So we also got to cut this piece out. Don't know why they didn't just cut it out in the moment. But these are the type of things that need to be addressed in order for us to get this project finished. So my goal is to get this stuff done in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And I think that's a timely manner for this project. And I like the progress so far. So that was a quick house tour.